Put them in there for me. I'm about to play this game. Can you put them in there for me? How long they gonna take to be done?
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. What a weekend it's been already. One more to get through on this Monday night, and we are underway here in the wild card round. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up.
Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they're going to rely on their defense.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook. Now 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. That's Samuel, caught left side. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Up the middle, it's Hill. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Here is 3rd down and 4. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete.
Come on, baby.
And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. An audible here to get a new look. They run. It's Hill. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker, give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here?
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right.
Come on, fool.
The scramble, it's 2nd down.
Go down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Could have been disaster.
Here's a 2nd and 5. A give up the gut to Hill. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Toward the end
Oh!
zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Sir?
Oh, and his early struggles
Keep trying to throw it over the middle.
another one intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
On every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The kick by Sanders.
We need a touchdown there.
And that will make it 6-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Out there, set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw is DTR. Flushed out right. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Didn't learn his lesson the first time, but looks like a second early interception got through to him. Now he understands. Don't force a throw if it's not there. Oftentimes, running is the better play anyway. Case in point, he picks up a first down there.
Thompson Robinson throwing here. He's got this complete to Stover, the tight end. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Thompson Robinson now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. He'll get it inside the 20. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Six 6-0 our score after 1. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Dorian Thompson-Robinson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Commanders are an extra point away from capturing the lead. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Throwing now is Mahomes. This one caught by Ridley.
And
taking it across midfield and just shy of 40. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good.
take them off from me.
Play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me?
Well, don't leave him in there. It ain't going to hurt.
And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Mahomes going to throw.
Come on, baby.
Too far in front. He couldn't really
Come on, that's Mahomes.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to
We got to score touchdowns.
Here's 2nd and 10. There's a short throw. It's caught.
And they are playing me, though.
Just a yard or two shy
You
of
know, never
30.
catch the ball like
9
that.
yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill.
This nigga just 4th and inches. Come on.
He got it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Can't keep getting field goals, man.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. Here we go with Hill. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
And this is what you want to do in the first half of the playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
Now a 10th carry for Hill. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Cole Kmet, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to move back in front. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end and those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, and ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long...
Oh!
He's got him in! Complete! Down the right sideline. Touchdown! Washington!
Who's that back there?
70 yards. And the Commanders strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Point after try forthcoming. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
Oh, man. These done. Yeah.
Because you just got all that stuff on it, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated.
They called
for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's him again on second down. And this will wind up the Lions' first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Bring me some napkins. Bring me some napkins.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
That's my fault. He's wide open running down there.
And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Thompson Robinson off of play action. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in this wild card game.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Throwing, Thompson Robinson. Olave holds it in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 10 yards there. Good for Washington, first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Thompson Robinson now. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Olave motioning to the left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, not allow him to cut upfield. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Thompson Robinson, quick throw out wide, it's caught. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Eckler.
Come on.
Touchdown, Commanders.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point attempt to follow here. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Lions 13.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
From the 38 now, here's second and a couple. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Mahomes going to shift him around. Here's Hill again on second down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The busy night continues for Hill. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now they'll change things up. Going again on the ground here with Hill. And he maneuvers up to the middle for 3. And it's second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second and 7. Now here's Mahomes.
Mahomes is missing that pass. Never misses that. That's they got him missing that.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. He'll drop to throw. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Mahomes to throw once more. This one complete to Burton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Now Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the
line coming in so quick.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's got Burton here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Oh, get out of here! No!
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He will bring this one back.
I just relaxed.
Interception return for a Commanders touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
From that.
Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Collapse. One interception.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw, it's Mahomes. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet, and he goes out around the 39.
Something like that, baby. They can't see something like that.
And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Oh, man.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll find his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. In motion right is Ridley. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Mahomes now to throw.
Come on.
Incomplete there.
And that's another play that's been
Come on, Patty.
It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
I didn't adjust it all.
Down tonight, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 14. Now it's Mahomes again. Connecting with Burton here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
This nigga.
Neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
There he goes, left side. Austin Eckler. Touchdown, Washington.
Hey, this game went.
Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Commanders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. Now Patrick going to change the play. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this one is going to be off the mark.
Who made this nigga throw some bad passes?
The game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
How could he miss that?
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Put a man in motion left, Ridley. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And again, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continue to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Thompson Robinson now. And this will be caught at the 30.
I didn't even know he was going to go for that.
They are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call hotels, make sure they get their security deposit back.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Man tastes good. I bet y'all don't taste like man.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now here's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Yeah, they playing me like a sucker.
Hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One final try for Mahomes. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Detroit.
Well, another season, first round exit. These young niggas make me sick.